Good evening, fellow comrades, constituents, administrators, and teachers. Good evening. Welcome. Well, you got Omega speaking to you today. And I am coming on the topic of crown and glory. This is a part of our new remix for Reordering the Marriage Vow for the African American. And I want you to know that this is remix. And for those who don't know me, my name is Omiyinka7, off the Blog Talk Show. I am also on the YouTube channel under Sherelle M. Garrett. And I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Alright, so then it needs to try to get situated here. Now, I think I'm okay here. If you can see me there. Once again, welcome to my YouTube channel. And this particular segment is on crown and glory. Now, I'd like to say that I have created a phone channel for those husbands, wives, and significant others who would like to be a part of our discussion and actually voice their opinion. And what I have done is created the channel for us, and you can actually go to the podcast, and you can listen to some of the listeners we have in there and look at that at the top we've been talking about. Now, one of the topics is talking about glory, and that meaning women, your hair, and how it makes a difference in the relationship. And it makes such a big difference that Steve Harvey has went and done a special show, and it's called the Hair Collection on Steve Harvey show. And I was a viewer of that show. I had a chance to watch it and was very impressed with it. Steve Harvey is one of my favorites, and I really do admire him for bringing that show on. It's the secret of bigger and better hair. Now, I wanted to do a review show of that. I have to do my series on crown and glory. And we know how much the hair affects relationships. I mean, a man might tell you, look, I'm going to request that every once in a while you wear your hair because I have got to foot the bill. And because I'm footing the bill for you, I am getting the money to get you do I see you like to see certain types of hairstyles. So women, guess what? We have got to listen to the man, and we've got to wear our hair sometime. Now, I am very partial to an extent to it, and if they've been a part of my life for many years, I've been a family where we are always into and weaving it, bonding it, extending it, what have you. So I am not against extensions, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to be reporting on all of the different types of techniques that they have, as many as I can pick up on Steve Harvey's show. And I'd like to talk to you about the glory and glory. And I'm sometimes down or accentuated. Now, men might say, well, I like that on you sometimes, wearing that extended, extremely long hair, but maybe every once in a while I want to see you with your natural do. Now, Steve Harvey invited on some experts, Kimberly from Kimberly Hair Studio, LA, and those of you, for those in LA, you probably know about her shop. Kim is a beautician there. And then there's Jennifer. Jennifer Harris is a part of the Jennifer Harris hair collection. Now, two of them have come together to create perfect hair. Hayward and they taught all of the techniques for doing hair. And I am into weaving. I call myself a weave master. I actually knew how to weave before I knew how to do anything else in the way of hair. I wasn't hair braiders. I've always been hair braiders, and I enjoy braiding. And I do my own hair. As a fact, as a matter of fact, I intend to with me doing my hair and taking it from step one to step two. I don't know if I'll get through all those other steps or not, but what I will tell you is that I was rather impressed with this young lady because they showed me some things that I had never seen before. Now, I like the name. I like some of those models that they just think about. They talked about taping the hair. The hair is a technique that they talked about. I'd never seen that before, where you peel the tape back on one side of the hair, and you press it down in the roots, and then you peel the tip off on the other side and press it up under the roots and put the two of them put together like a sandwich and squeeze them, squeeze there, and they will actually take hold and take them off at liberty, and you definitely don't want to snatch them off. I say that you probably need to be in the hands of a beautician, somebody that knows what formula or chemicals to put on the hair to squeeze that off so you won't yank it out and can pull your hair on your head. And I thought that was very good. It's very easy application that could be done at home. Now, there was another technique that they did for the extensions, and where they actually use heat to take the hair that has some glue on and go into the root and use the heat and gun, and then heat evaporate that hair together so that it becomes one with the hair. And it looked like a lot of work, but it looked like it would be easy to do and give you a real nice finish. You see no end, beginning, and no or the end of it is beginning of the root. I thought that was a fantastic technique. Okay. Then that was the taping was without the heat, and then they had the extension that was applied with the heat, and that had to be twisted so that you kind of twisting it in place so that it won't be so after you moved it that you had it together. Then they had a model by the name of Beyond Mouth who did the quick bonding, and that's probably what we're more accustomed to hearing about, the quick bonding. And some of you ladies probably remember where the actual cap was put in, and the cap and was bonded with the hair under the cap came, and it's like a sort of like wig slip. You can slip it off back and put it one or two. Now, a lot of young ladies don't realize you got to protect the hair under your head, and you've got to make sure that when you bond it, you're not bonding it to the roots of your head or to your actual hair, which you end up pulling out. So wearing a cap is like an effective mechanism to keep hair on your head. I am all for that, but I am really against tacking this hair on to the root without any precaution. And a lot of women don't even realize that when you braid the hair, the cornrows, you must braid up human hair in other words, to give into the substance so that you're not so that you on yank hair on your hair and you don't have anything about their hair that other hair don't have. Now, I was not for the bonding at all. I do not like putting glue in my hair and then having to find something to dissolve it to get it out, because it can become a very messy job. And I personally do not like the bonding part of the fun. But I want to Miss Serena's hair, who actually collected a collection of hair, and also Kimberly, because they did a fantastic job of explaining why they had different techniques for different women, because each woman that came in the shop had different needs based on what their needs were. That's what were offered the shop, so that she was popular in LA. Now, what I will say is to take a look at quite a few different types of hair, and boy was I informed. Now, I have a confession to make. Initially, I had talked about using hair, and I have before in hair, and I actually have been pleased with how I'll be talking about being very careful fact that it had spirits attached to it. Now, I noticed that the review that I'm about to give next, these women had all types of hair that they were doing a review on. I'd like to get involved in that. I think that's cool. That's because then you can try out and try different all hair on types of review. Now, I will say that the Filipino and texture probably to me is the more fuller hair out of all the hair, and then also the Brazilian. And I would say that I would wear the hair, even if it does have some transference. I would love to apply the hair that soft and it with raw hair or the straight hair. It took less amount of work and less numbers of bags to give you a full look. Now, periodically, we want to have our hair full and have it really, really decked out. Since I have not been heavily, I'm really in the outlet, probably a whole lot. I've been battling mine back and putting braids in it. And I do like the braids because you can do a lot with it. And I did my own braids. Okay. I'd like to say that a lot of people, they like to go to a professional. I've watched a professional enough to learn how to do it, and I am doing it. I sew. So braiding is a lot. It's like handle. You know how to do a needle and needle point. You can weave. A lot of women say, well, I don't know how to do that. If you take your time, you can teach yourself the different stitches and stitch the hair in yourself. Now, what I've done is braided in the braid in the back. Okay, one of my hair is free and I find put those braids up and I raised it out and thought I'd do something a little bit different. What I will say is that in weaving the hair, you've got to make sure your stitches are uniformly, and you've got to wear a cap. And I discovered something brand new about having closure. You have part of a part that will amplify your part, because this hair called closure creates a part so that you can stitch that in the crown of your head so you can have a part. I didn't know that before. I used to get this crown in the back and I didn't know what to do with it. I wanted to glue it on top of your head. So I never did. I never use it. But I'm using it because that will give you a chance to apply of your hair, leaving that unbraided and the back of your hair so that you can have some baby hair to pull over the actual extension of hair that you weave in. So with that crown, it will make it so natural. I think all our women are fit creators, and we are very much creators when we actually can create a style for ourselves and be able to sew it in ourselves. A lot of money has been going into beauty salon, and I own weave boxes here. I'm spending the money having on weave. My hair I felt I could do just, and I have been able to. Now, my sisters who are beauticians, they are into the coloring. They know the perming. So I don't trust myself as much when it comes to the perming, because the experience I have can't measure to a profession. So I do everything from there. Now and then you go to a profession, most of those things. Now let me give you a little bit of my report on some of the various different hairs that I have discovered that I want to check out. And one is called Lace Beauty Design by Nature. That's Russian, and that hair. Russian hair. Now what that was like. And there's then open installation, and that is Filipino version straight hair or raw hair. And what they mean by raw must be rough and rugged and probably curlier. And the sizes that I use, they were 14 inch, 18, and 20. And now 20 that on the bottom would go on the bottom, and your end would go 18. So I said on your top, you would have your hair shorter. It would be the 14. Then they also displayed candy Filipino hair, which I liked also. Then there was a Brazilian wave. I liked the Brazilian wave. It was a neat spread, human hair. And see, Mercer hair extension, version, Cambodian. I didn't get a chance to see a lot of the Cambodian hair, and I can't comment on that. The Perfect Hair Collection by Jennifer, of course. I could not tell which brand they were using and what grade and hair it was. I can't comment Jennifer collection for collection. But what I will say, ladies, ladies and gentlemen, you got to go to those beauty salon stores, and you got to read online first before you go, because a lot of the people that work in these stores are males, and they're not as well informed about the product as you like to believe. Go to their workshops with the since they have a clue. They don't have their clue what's selling. And they're very limited to the information they want to you. So you've got to do your homework before you go into those stores, and you got to know what it is you're looking for, and don't let them just sell you anything. Write the manufacturers. Go online, look at the manufacturers, and if you are a beautician that have a video and channel to do, you want their display and your products, you want to review, ask them to allow you to do that review, and then write your evaluation in exchange for them allowing you to wear their hair. And that's what I'm thinking I'm going to eventually do. I think that the hair is your crown and glory, and I like hair swept my hair from my I don't face. I don't like all over my hair, my face. Now my people see those old pictures. When I was in Germany, I wore my hair full and very long because I was in pictures all the time. I was on TV, I was on the air broadcasting, so I had to be ready at any given moment. And I don't like putting a lot of heat in my hair. So the washing that look was the net one curl in that hair. Here, I did not even keep irons or flat irons and curlers in it. Was the way to go, the wash and wear. So the wash and wear would be more natural for me. Now I want to say this much to you women: your hair is your hair on and glory, and you have to be prepared for your own study and doing television. You have to be ready. I don't wear the I used to wear because I had to wear tons of makeup then, and now I don't put any makeup on unless I have to when I'm going out. I really need to start putting more makeup on since I'm doing these videotapes. However, I try to get away with light against possible, less a little bit and lip blush and lipstick. Maybe a little eyeshadow today, and hey, I only have the blush and lipstick, eyeshadow, and the lashes. And that's another thing I'd like to say. When you get your hair done, you need your eyebrows done as well, and your lashes. They all need to go together. Now, and you find a lot of women, a lot of time on doing makeup. I mean, the hours of makeup doing their makeup. I simply don't have time now, but I would love to find the time for it because there's so many layers of makeup that they have to do. I will say this much: your hair is your crown and glory. And if your man recommends that you wear your hair a certain way, do it for him every now and then. And if he's going to be putting these pills for you to go in here, do these high-dos and extensions, at least for him every once in a while. Now, one of my favorite girls, I think her name was Jonice. I was very impressed with her. She could do so many different things with her hair. Have a full face. They was able to layer the really just make it so it's right. It was really professional. It was very fun. I was very impressed with her out of all the models. And Jonice displayed integrity about the products that she reviewed. And I like that. And I like the fact that she wore her own hair after taking off the weave. She wore a pixie, a beautiful little pixie, which I wore. I have before. I do, of course, along it like a lens extension, so that you can put it in so much with it. You can pull it back up. You can pull it in with it. Of course, I like to fix my hair and put it in one particular style where it's not all over my head, and then I can leave it. But for those who are going to be on TV and are going to be broadcast, I have to do a little more things, a lot more hair, so things can be a little bit appealing because you're appealing to do. and you are becoming somewhat of a celebrity. And I like to think that being somewhat of a celebrity, people want to see you. They want to see you at your best. So when I come on, I periodically like to wear like tire, whether it's earring with the necklace, because I think very important. I'm important that I no longer are going into the school. I still like to wear my jewelry, and I still like to have it on for the camera. So sometimes I may be I'm on the cabin here and come down here on here winging and that's because and we don't do we tend to do that. It isn't and like gentlemen, I like that. When you're looking at reordering a marriage vow, you have to look at things you need to do for upkeep. Upkeep is very important, and I really know this. And when you have the funds to do it, it's very necessary to keep it that you keep it up. So it becomes second for your nature. When you with your funds, it's a little hard to know exactly what to keep in your wardrobe or what to keep in your repertoire or what to add. Now I know there's some women that buy tons and tons of makeup and have tons and tons of things that they're not using. They just like get on the shit. Keep it. So I'm not like I'm something that I don't use. That I don't use. I don't buy. Like I can't buy it again. Once it's done, it's gone. You don't go back and I use the bare necessities that I need. I do like translucent powder. Where it has just a kind of color to it, and it takes the shine off your face. Because I tend to be shiny and oily here, and dry in my face. But I do know that full having is face, and it's an advantage. If you use the cheekbone, you can do a whole lot with your makeup, creating a canvas. Your face becomes a canvas, and you stand out a lot more because you have something to put the makeup on. But if you have a small face and it's on in, it might not get noticed as much with the face. Steve now did a very Harvey job, very good presenting of presenting better, bigger hair. Now, I want to look around and a lot of women don't realize you got to take care of what's up under your weave. And that means you got to give yourself steam treatments, conditioner, reconstruction, leave-in conditioners. You got to treat the hair. And if you don't treat the hair, it will fall out and fall out. You will hang up those extending those on. And I do believe in keeping healthy hair and keeping the skies and grease and moisturized so that it will stay healthy when you decide to take those extensions off. Now, for women that are just buying hair, doing no treatment to no scalp, and no conditioning, no oiling, no scalp, and nothing, you better believe that when hair is going because of we're going to see hair, losing hair, and you've got to worry about sewing in hair to make it a foundation in order to latch the extensions on. So why is hair so important to know? Why do they look at a woman's crown, woman's glory, until they make before vision after the days they will be her? Now, she might, or she might even be bald, may have all her glued on and has a makeup with her based on her extensions. I think what a woman does at home behind closed doors with her hair is her business, and it's not like she's fooling a man. And she doesn't have to come in and make an announcement, take it in her hair, him an extension, wearing it. Some men, girl, then get upset, find out when they find out, oh, no, you tell me, why didn't you pay me attention? I thought all that was your hair. And when they see you take it off, they get scared. They get real scared when they see you take your braids down and lay it down, and they think that you somehow lost the life of your hair. And even if you're in the yard with a new set of packaging is of extension, they still will think, oh, she just took that off. And they think that's a part of you that have actually died or something. Yes, I know your hair becomes a part of you, and you gotta be able to buy economical products that you can use again after washing. Because human hair should be, you should be able to wash it and use it again. Sometimes there are synthetic fibers that fall apart and it's the part shadows and you can't reuse. But it's very vital that you should use some economic tips and buy good quality hair. So if you're going to use it for more than once, then you keep that hair, wash it, dry it out, rebag it. Now, here's what I didn't know. I wasn't sure I was to dye the hair. Either. Not synthetic, not synthetic, when dye, well, to dye your natural human hair diet. And I've seen where some women have bleached the natural human hair. I would think that it would be taking some of the life out of it. Why not just buy the color you want? I go through all the trouble of going home to reprocess it and dye in it. I can see, I can get Hannah taking it on there and give you just some highlighters. My favorite because it has a lot and different shades of golden brown and golden blonde, as well as cherry and red. Now, I really enjoy the fact that women are getting to be more creative. You can go to lock conferences. I would imagine I started having this for conferences as well. And I thought always good that I would be for braiding, but I never thought I was a part of the salon department in perming. Now, if they ever have a school of weaving where you could go to become a weave master, I think I'd like to do that because I enjoy sewing. It's very relaxing. It's very fun. And my challenge is how love this take a long time every time I weave in some hair. Now, I think that when you're getting ready to go on TV, if your hair is not as full, always weave in a little bit more hair to give you a fuller look, or one layer. I believe in the one layers. Let most of your hair hang out and hang the one layer to give you the length you need. Now, most people, my other see my work pictures for my hair in the front there is very thick. I had a full head of hair up front, but I wanted to have the length, so I added a length on the bottom track. Now, tracks are very, very important. You have to understand when you sew tracks, you have to make sure you separate and give them in the space to be between sewing. So your man has a business to make about what you buy. Take him to the beauty supply store with you. Let him pick out some colors and let him have some input in what you do so you can see how creative you are, because it's a lot of work and it's very creative. And sometimes people can't understand them yet when they buy you yourself. You'll say your head and say, "Hey, you really do that? How long did you do that? And did anybody braid the back of your hair?" Well, when you become good at it, you put a mirror up in the back so you can see the back of your head, and you look at the front so you can pretty much measure what's going on in the rear of your hair. And ladies, try some things. And that's yourself on a Saturday we go and do some experimenting. I don't mean taking chances with chemicals, but with braiding, you can't go wrong. If you don't like it, take it down and redo it. I braided my hair all over, and I thought it was fine. But then I wanted something about different. 3 months later, I decided to take it to twist down and twist it. Now, people, they like to leave the ends loose. I like to have the ends burnt at the end. And my first musician used to burn my ends, and I thought it was fantastic because they would stay. So now, I also take notes and they dip me with there and the water hot water and you together if they can leave right on their end. I do the burning of the ends because that way I know the twist is not going to come down. Now the two-strand twist I wore in my own hair for many months while overseas, and I've done actually like a lot twist, but I worked it long before it locked, because we have to really know that we're ready to do a locking of our hair, because that's a permanent decision. You don't just lock that and then say I want to take it down because the hair starts to bust together like it belongs together. In other words, it matches up together. Now I think Steve did us serve good progress by talking about what really plagues the woman most, and that's her hair. Do you know that there has been fights in relationships because of hair? There has been breakups because of hair. And hair is big business, and it certainly is big business in a relationship, because a man is not fulfilling your hair system, and he just way dick you straight with that wing, ponytail, and enjoying that pullback style. Then you gotta listen to him, you got to ask him, what do you think? How do you see this? What do you feel about this? And get his opinion. And if he is all for what you're doing, then you have to go along because you're alone. Here's some more so that he can help you and stroke ego, keep so you can become better and better, like Lee will say, more better, more better. Now, when it comes to doing hair, I'm up and ready at any time because I'm a braid master. And I braided children's hair for a long time, long love, and I opportunity that I worked with these styles, different styles here on a child and career, all kinds of options of illusion. You become a bit of an artist on a canvas where you can create different illusions. And that's all we're doing is creating illusions with our hair. And my husband is curious to know how clever we can be in creating and designing in our hair. Long hair. Don't create illusions, permanent, irreversible. Reverse. I like to put things that are temporary and I can change your mind tomorrow. Because some of us are just that temporal that we change our mind frequently and we don't want anything that's permanent. So why is a woman's hair her crown and glory? Because a man looks up to her. And he feels that when his wife has new hair, it makes a lot of alive and refreshing. When you're not behind, it seems like everything is out of order, doesn't it, women? But once you get a new do, you feel like you can tackle all the problems and your hair is done and you feel more confident. Having your hair done makes you a little more confident and confident definition in a relationship. That's what that's more going to talk about the glory and glory and ask you to center for us. Initially, I had a black lady there with her hair all over her head, showing that we have this issue with hair. Now I have the fair-skinned ladies there who simply not so. My stuff I said, but do go out to our do go out and see you can see and implement your comment and your input and join us tomorrow night, which is Friday, in the Care to Read room. So we look forward to seeing you and thank you, comrades and followers, and please do sign up for my YouTube channel if you're not already subscribed. Thank you so very much. And you've been listening to Maggie Listen, Baby Harvey. Your sister say, and I and bye y'all. Stay tuned for tomorrow.